welcome to our very next episode of Fight of Fandoms. This is a Geek Bomb-centric show created by the members of Geek Bomb where we feel we have to celebrate all things fandom. And every single month we will pit two fandoms against each other, and you guys get to help to see which one is superior in every single way. Hi there, my name is Maude Garrett. I'm Boss Bomb of Geek Bomb, and joining me today on the debate, we have Alana Young, who is taking over all things Solo, Han Solo. Hi there, Alana.
Han Solo. Hi.
How are you feeling?
Excited to be here for Solo. I'm excited. Solo. He was one of my first crushes, I think. It was Han and Leia. I think they were like my first ones. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
One was Ariel and Prince Eric, but we don't need to talk about that.
That's cute.
Trekkie, Star Trek, we've got Captain Kirk, and in the phaser corner, we've got Justine. Hello.
Hello.
Nice shirt, looking good.
Look, I've got my Star Trek comics up.
Wow, love it. Let's just ignore the fact that my lightsaber is there and there's a Rancor there, and I'm taking.
It's a little
wait,
awkward.
I have Kylo Ren's lightsaber behind me. Is it too awkward to bring that out? You know, Kylo, Han.
Definitely too
suitable. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it in the corner. We don't need to talk about that.
Before we get started, things that you guys need to know. We have a poll that is active right now on Geek Bomb's Twitter, @GeekBomb. Jump over there, cast your vote, because that will play a part in who wins the debate as well. So far, it is not looking good for Captain Kirk. You are sitting at 15%.
I know. I've got some strong arguments.
Okay, good. Han Solo, obviously at 85%, then is this great kid, but don't get cocky. Quote from I'm going to be completely unbiased. Of course, I've cast my vote, but that will not come into effect at all until there is possibly a tiebreaker, but even still, it is all about the debate. And you guys are the ones to get involved. Hit up that Twitter. Use your hashtag #FightOfFandoms, because the girls will be going through that hashtag to help basically build their arguments. So if you've got something great to say, it could literally win the girls the round. I am taking all the notes. I'm going to be awarding points for tweets or for comments that could help the argument or that could bring down the other team's arguments as well. If you make a pun, could get a bonus point. I'm human. Before we kick things off as well, today I'm so excited to say that we launched 3 brand new tees on punderwear.net. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we've got a special Star Wars shirt and a Star Trek shirt. We've got Get Phasers Pun for Punderwear. That was suggested by our very own Justine. She thought of that one, and we all consecutively went, yes. And there's another one which is Disneylando. Haha, you have to check it out. It's a lot of fun. Basically, it's Lando Calrissian with a wicked set of Mickey ears on. Obviously, he's having the best time in Disneyland because it's the happiest place on earth. And we've got another one which was pun intended in a Nintendo logo. They're only ever available for a limited amount of time, so please do yourself a favor and grab them. Justine is wearing the Back to the Future Geek Bomb logo as modeling right now. If you want to check out the new Link Floyd t-shirt, I actually wore it on an Instagram picture, so check out my Instagram @MaudeGarrett. And I've yet to wear this one, but I can't wait to do so. Geek Bomb 2016, Summit Nation, under Maude. I feel a bit ridiculous me wearing it, but at the same time, oh, world. So they're available for a limited time, punderwear.net. And already people are commenting in. We've got, how offensive, saying hi, Maude. And Giddy12345 saying Maude with a W. Thanks, guys. If you do comment watching this video down below, that is also another way that you can win an argument. So make some really valid points why your team is so great or why the other team sucks so much. Wesley saying definitely picking up one of those shirts. Yay! Fernanda has said, love Star Wars, but after this, maybe I'll give Star Trek a chance. Iggy Liz 18 said, I'm torn. I've known Kirk since a kid and I love him. Isn't it? Who's going? There's a siren happening in the background.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Oh,
that's
I thought
me.
you were for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, maybe there are multiple sirens. I don't know. I think it's gone. It's pretty much gone.
I remember every time I heard a siren, I was like, oh, someone's dying. And someone's like, what if they're just a baby and they're bringing life? And I was like, good way to look at life.
Nice.
So, We've got a few rounds happening for the debate. The first round is an opening argument. I'm going to set my stopwatch for 3 minutes. The girls have 3 minutes to basically give it all up front, why they think that their team is the best. Then we're going to open it up to Better Pilot, and this is helping you guys at home as well. Tweet in who you think, using hashtag #FighterFandoms, who the better pilot is and why. Round 3 will be if they are by themselves without anyone else, how are they better? And round 4 is how are they better with their sidekicks and their teams. So leadership roles, taking care of people, falling in love, all the fun parts. But round 1, 3 minutes is getting set. Would anyone like to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, Captain Kirk is going first. Why he is the best. Justine, you are supporting this fandom. Your time starts now.
Okay, so I know I'm pretty much underdog here, but listen. He believes in a no-win scenario. He never gives up, and he outwits his opponents, even godlike aliens. And he's got some sweet, sweet fight moves. Sometimes he'll kiss someone and then punch them right after. He'll body tackle people, and he's done a move called, it looks like a Heimlich maneuver, but he incapacitates the person. He is always willing to risk his life for his crew. He's got an awesome BFF, Spock, and he's a great leader, a great pilot, and, you know, he's out there for people. You know, Han Solo, smuggler. So is Kirk. He did a little smuggling. So many things. Too many things to even think about.
Do you think that having TV shows for generations is helping as well, and he's got movies too?
Oh yeah, definitely, and even the new movies. Yeah, he has so much to work with, and I mean, I know there's how many movies for Star Wars, but Kirk spanned so many generations already. You have William Shatner and you have Chris Pine as Kirk, and they both played a little bit differently, but I think they represented Kirk's essence pretty well. He's a fighter.
Mm-hmm. You want to call it?
Yeah, I'm calling it.
Nice. You had a minute to spare, but I think you had some pretty good parts there. That's Kirk's. Moving over to Han Solo. Alana.
Mm-hmm.
Your time starts now.
All right. I just want to get this out of the way right off the bat. This fight would, if it actually happened, it would only take a second because Han would shoot first. He would. All right, I'm not going to mention it again. That's out of the way. It's done now. So if this was a debate about who was the better person, then Kirk would win, hands down. Han is a cheat and a liar and a scruffy-looking nerf herder, but that's how he wins fights. That's how he survives. He has this cool survival instinct, the fight or flight. He's really resourceful. He, his plans don't always work very well for him. The thing that's coming to mind is episode 4. He tries to use the comm system and then ends up shooting it, but that works for him. That's how he gets out. He does what he has to. He adapts on the fly. And then he has Chewie, obviously. I mean, he could rip the arms off anyone who tried to get close to Han. But it's not like he needs him. He's resourceful on his own. He's an incredible pilot. The Falcon, just as a ship, is really well equipped with all the smuggling gear, and it can evade capture, and it's pretty fast and it's pretty stealthy. It is a hunk of junk, but it's a hunk of junk with heart, and I think that should count for something. And yeah, he's really resourceful. He does look out for himself, number one, but he's there for people, and when he does come through for someone, he comes through, it's really big and loud, and it's kind of explosive, and he keeps other people alive that way as well. So yeah, Solo, he's resourceful, he's clever, he's not afraid to fight if he has to, and he's got the Falcon and Chewie.
There you go. I'm going to unmute myself first. You around the same amount. I like that. So from your debates, I'm going to tell you who did better with it. So, Justine, you were saying that Kirk never gives up, completely strategic. He loves aliens. He's very physical. And you actually went through some of his unique fighting moves, which I thought was kind of cool, the kiss and punch. He's willing to risk his life. I'm going to give you a point for willing to risk his life because we'll get to Han. You're saying he's the ultimate duo. He's got his man Spock. You didn't mention the Enterprise, though. So I'm not going to give you a point for that because the Enterprise is a big part of Kirk because that's his ship. It's the thing that he will go down with. But you did say he was a leader and a pilot, which I will give you a point for. I'm giving you a point for being physical and up as well. You said that Kirk, I mean, he's been around for longer. That we've had two versions and variations. What I loved about what you said here, even though that they were played by different actors in a different way, it kept the Kirk essence. I'm giving you 2 points for that one because an essence of a character, I believe, is a really, really strong thing. And even though they're separate ways, having that to ground them and through the character, amazing. So overall, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Nice start. Well done, Justine. Moving on to Han Solo, your argument. I'm going to give you 2 points straight off the bat by saying the iconic thing, if it was a battle one-on-one, if these two were to go head-to-head, which is technically what they're doing, A, he'd win, B, it wouldn't last long because he plays dirty and he would kill him straight away. So that is a 2-pointer in your debate right there. But then you'd lose a point straight away by saying and openly admitting Kirk is a better person. Now, when I say versus the other, it's in every part of it. Yes, he would kill him without thought, but you actually gave Justine a point by saying that Kirk's a better person. You had to try and argue that as well somehow, and Han does turn around and he does become a good person. But to give that away, it's a bit tricky. And then you also, the next argument was, yeah, sure, his plans don't work either.
We just call it now. Just Justine wins. Let's go home.
But you did say, mentioned, and this is what I liked as well, you said not only does he have the best sidekick, Chewie, who can rip an arm off, but he's also got the Falcon. And even though it's a hunk of junk, it has heart. And I think that that really correlates to the kind of person Han Solo is. He can be a hunk of junk, as you've just discussed, but he's got heart. So like his ship, like his sidekick, I'm giving you a point for that one. He may not put himself first. Oh, no, sorry, he does put himself first. He may not be the best leader, but he does put himself first. And I think that sometimes smugglers and scoundrels, they're survivors and they win in that capacity, which is kind of what you said at the start. And that he's resourceful as well. And I think resourcefulness is something that wasn't argued for Kirk. So I'll give you a point by saying that one. And he fights if he has to. It doesn't make him better. So Justine's 6 got bumped up to a 7. Han is on a 4. Justine, you win the first round with Kirk.
Sweet.
You're like, sweet. Now, in the second round, the second, third, fourth round, you get to use tweets that people have been sending in. You've got a list there. I can try to also help you out with new ones that are added as well. I'll be right here on the Twitter and that hashtag too. But this round, I'm just going to write Han v. Kirk. Kirk wins the first round. All right. So this next one is better pilot. You guys have 2 minutes to discuss who is the better pilot of said ship that, you know, they're obviously flying in, and why. Because Han, Justine, you started, sorry, Kirk, you started last time. Han, you're going first. Alana, better pilot. Why is it Han? Your time starts now.
All right. the reason Han Solo is a better pilot is the same reason that he survives in fights. He's tricky and resourceful, and he cheats a little bit. The whole thing with the Falcon, the opening, like the introduction you have to the Falcon, is that it's the ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. But that's not actually a time. That's a measurement of distance. A parsec is a distance. So what they're saying with that line is that Han kind of cheated and took a different course and just, he made his runtime quicker by cheating the system. And there are a lot of times like that when the Falcon or Han as a pilot should be beaten, but they're not, because Han is really clever about the way he flies. He does all sorts of tricky things. He and Chewie, they work really well together when they're flying the ship. There have been, lots of times when they've had like a whole fleet of TIE fighters on their tails and they've managed to loose them or shake them. Was that time they hid on the Star Destroyer to evade their radars and evade capture, and then they just floated away with the junk. It's really clever. And the first time that you really see Han Solo's heart is at the end of episode 4 when you think he's abandoned them, he's gone off, taken the paycheck, and things are looking really dire. Luke's about to get shot, like out of the sky, and then Han comes back in, flying in the Falcon, just obliterates the TIE fighters, saves Luke, and then he goes on to save the day. But he wouldn't have been able to do that without Han coming in and piloting his ship like a boss. Mm-hmm. And then as, Luke's doing his super important main character stuff, Han is still out there flying the Falcon, taking care of business. That's what Han and the Falcon do. They do what needs to be done. They take care of business. There was even, a few times when, like I said, his plans don't really work, but flew into the asteroid that turned out to be the giant worm. Plan didn't work.
You know what the odds were of surviving that asteroid field?
Never tell me the odds.
Ah! Bonus point! It's 3,720 to 1. So those odds are, and he did it. So there you go.
He did it, yeah. Yeah, so he and the Falcon's not the best ship, but it's equipped with everything it needs. It has all the smuggling gear, it has the hidden compartments that you saw in episode 7. It's, the hidden compartments and things like that. It's this ship it's the underdog ship, and he might, be the underdog pilot, but he makes it work, and he's really clever about it, and he gets shit done.
Cool.
Plus, the Millennium Falcon is just, I think, sort of the best ship of all pop culture ships. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay. All right. Best ship. Love it. But is the pilot of the Enterprise better? Justine?
Okay, so in Star Trek Into the Darkness, Kirk piloted a smaller ship shaped like the Falcon and flew in a very narrow crack sideways, proving he can fly and maneuver. Even the Enterprise, since it's larger, but he can pilot a smaller ship as well. And the Dreadnought is the equivalent of a Star Destroyer. Their tech is a bit different, too, just because Star Trek is in the future and Star Wars is in the past. So the X-Wing needs to maneuver through trenches and shoot photon torpedoes, but the Enterprise could beam a photon torpedo into the Death Star and blow it up. Yep, they can teleport and beam people into mid-space and hyperspace, mid-warp, all that fun stuff. And then Kirk has a whole crew with him, so he's not only responsible for himself, he's responsible for him and his whole... They're kind of like a family anyway, so he needs to not only protect himself, but protect his crew from everyone else that he comes into space, like the godlike aliens that I mentioned before. He's able to keep his crew happy, not only the people that you see in the movies, like Spock and Uhura, but he's got like a 400+ crew that we don't see. I don't know if Solo would sacrifice himself for a crew if he had it. And the Enterprise is a military vessel, as the Falcon is a repurposed cargo ship.
Ah, all right. I like that.
I think I'm gonna call it there.
Oh, sweet. All right, for this one, do you want to take time to get any tweets about the ships or being a pilot that you think are relevant that you can help out with, or should we do it all at the end?
I don't see. I have one from Gotham 221B. He says, oh, it was what I mentioned before, Into the Darkness, when Kirk piloted the, it was a Millennium Falcon shaped ship.
Right.
Shaped ship through a narrow crevice.
Okay, I give you a point for that one. Do you have one for Han Solo? And we'll do the rest at the end.
So at Jess_the facts says Captain Kirk relies on a crew to fly a ship, whereas Han Solo can fly any ship. And I mean, you said that there was the huge crew and like this, even like on deck there was a big crew in the Enterprise, but the Millennium is smaller, the Falcon is smaller. It's just, you know, it can be piloted by just one person, and Han's proof that yeah, he can do this on his own.
Cool. We have a point for that one. Alrighty. Who is the better pilot? Let's find out. We've got Han. He's tricky. He cheats. He's able to get the shortest distance for the Kessel Run because he cut his own path to get there. Point. He avoids capture. He's evasive. He's not only able to maneuver his way out of an asteroid field, point, but he's also able to be stealthy. Did the little rubbish trick, which I thought was great. So there's different ways that he's avoiding capture time and time again. Point. He has a great co-pilot. Point. He uses his Falcon to save Luke and the day. And this is actually something that did happen. He didn't have to, but with, you know, they were in a situation where having the Falcon on their side actually tipped the odds. Never tell me the odds. Point. He takes care of business and survived the asteroid field. He does well with what he has. And you've mentioned before, and I've given you a point for being resourceful, but I did like the fact that, you know, this hunk of junk is able to actually do a lot because it's him that's in charge of it. It's not this multi-million-dollar military vessel. He's using what he's got, and he's using it efficiently. So I'll give you a point for that one. You mentioned the hidden compartments, which I thought was cool. You didn't say how they were used or when they were used, though, so no point. And that you were saying he's the underdog, and that you think the Millennium Falcon is the best ship ever. Do I have my name? I am not being biased. No point to that one. So all at 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for Kirk, you get this is also including a point for the tweeter. So big shout out to those who ended up giving the side a point. That's cool. You're saying he can fly and maneuver big and small ships, so it's multiple ships that Kirk is able to fly. Point there. Different technology. I thought that was an interesting point to raise because, you know, you've got the hunk of junk and then you've also got a vessel that can beam up and there's teleportation. You get actually 2 points for saying the beam me up and teleportation because having that technology to help in battles and to not only battles but to be able to, for space exploration in itself, I thought that was a really good, you know, it's a huge thing to have. Kirk has an entire crew to look after, 400 plus, and he actually has to not only keep them happy, but it has to be a well-oiled machine. You get a point for that one. Would Han Solo sacrifice himself for his crew? I actually didn't get you to rebut that one, Alana, so I'm going to give you 10 seconds to do it now. Would Han Solo sacrifice himself for his crew?
I think he'd sacrifice himself for Chewie and for Luke and Leia, but he would definitely go down with his ship. He'd put himself on the line to save the Falcon, like to save the ship itself, because they are so closely linked.
Then why did he lose his ship in The Force Awakens?
Probably gambling. Oh, he spent years searching for it though. He fixed it. He got it.
But I did like those counter arguments. And guys, when you do have your time as well, smash out on the other team. Try and like take them down as well, because it actually could cost them a point. The fact that you were comparing the two types of vessels, I thought was a really good thing. Justine, you were saying that this is a military vessel. This is something that's completely decked out with the top of the range gear. Obviously, Alana, you got the point, because Han was able to do a lot with the little that he had, but at the same time, piloting something that's got 400 crew and that has all these technical capabilities for the military, got a point as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Han's
so close.
By one. By one. That was too close. Alrighty, next round. This one is by themselves. When they are by themselves, no love interest dangling on the line, when they've got no co-pilot, when it's just them in a situation, say they're in a street brawl, say they get mugged, say they're, you know, what relationship they would have even with their family when no one's watching. Tell me about your character and why they are better when they are just who they are. We'll start with Kirk.
Okay. Without anybody, I think Kirk can handle it on his own. I told you about all his sweet fight moves before, so he can definitely whip some punches out. He is very cunning, and he can definitely outthink those crazy-brained aliens out there. He beat a lizard by himself with a cannon. A lizard alien, I mean, in an arena. In the episode that is Defeat of the Gorn. He also, let's see.
Is he a good guy? Was he with one woman, or does he put work first?
Okay, listen. He may have had a few other lovers. A few more lovers than Solo.
What?
I'm just saying. He's a bit of a... He's a lover, okay? I can't deny him of that. And the ladies love him, so who am I to judge? He can outthink omnipotent beings like General Trelane and find their weak spot. Season 1, episode 17. And Kirk single-handedly fought 4 trained arena combatants to free a ship, and he also freed a whole race of people from slavery. And the people that he outthought were 3 brained beings of superior intellect.
Huh.
So he's got the brains and the bronze. And he's cute.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. We'll do tweets at the end.
Okay.
Han, how is Han Solo better than that one? Just have to get you to unmute.
Yep, unmuted. All right.
Solo, by himself, why is he more superior?
So I mentioned this before, that he's really tricky and kind of, you know, plays dirty, but this is what helps keep him alive. He has that self-preservation, and in a one-on-one fight, that would work in his favor, because he'd probably throw sand in their eyes or something. And yeah, he does have a big team of people by the end of the saga, because he does sort of turn around and become a good guy, but in those moments when it's just him and a stormtrooper or another smuggler, whoever, he has the brains and the brawns when he needs to stick up for himself.
You got examples of this?
So I think I'm going to go back to the Han shot first example. It's just him and Greedo one-on-one as a big fight. It could have turned really ugly because Greedo was there to collect a debt and cause a big scene, and it could have gone, you know, could have called him back up or whatever. Han just dealt with it. He saw a problem. He saw there was going to be a big fight or a big issue for him, and he just fixed it. One-on-one, saved his ass.
Yeah. Anything else? Relationships, love-wise, how does he treat friends?
Oh, yeah. By the end of episode 4, by the end of things, he treats his friends really well, and that, well enough that they do come through for him in the moments that he does need someone. And love interest, he has Princess Leia. I mean, Kirk might be a bit of a player, but does he have Princess Leia? I think that, she's worth a few extra ladies. Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, for this one, I'm actually going to go through some of the tweets and allocate. Oh no, we've got one more, don't we? Sidekicks, cool. All right. Kirk. He can handle things on his own, even though he looks after 400 crewmen. When he's by himself, he's just as capable. He can protect himself. He's cunning. That's a point there. He can outthink aliens. You made the point where he took on 3 brain intellect beings.
Yep.
So that's he can outthink. So there's your point there. And then you said that he took on 4 on 1 as well. So physically he can protect himself. You said he was cute. I'll give you a point. Strategist, he knows his enemies. That's true. Kirk loves the ladies. Does that make him better? Well, it sounds like it makes him better in bed. So overall, that was 5 points. With Han Solo, he's got street smarts. He fights dirty. He's self-preservative. He has self-preservation. I'm going to give you 2 points. 1 for street smarts and fighting dirty. Another 1 for self-preservation. They're very different things. Combine them, it's a pretty... Oh, here you come. Oh, you're right. Come on, here's my Chewie. Hey, Baba. Veggies. She's like, what's going on? Mama's going to You've just gotten a glimpse of what I'm going to be like as a parent. Sorry. What I also liked about this is that you said he did a 180 with his life. At the start, he was a smuggler and he was kind of on his own a lot. But then by the end, you said he had plenty of people that he was working with and that he had completely changed who he was. His attitude is he just deals with it. He just gets shit done. I'll give you a point for that one. He's built trust, something that he didn't have before. So before he was just solo, literally. And then people were wanting to trust him and to fight alongside him, giving you a point for that one. And then I'm giving you a point for landed royalty, shacked up with a princess. That'd be a point. So overall, you got 5 as well. That's a tie. You get a point each. So you're at 2 apiece each.
This is very close.
This is really close. I'm going to give you 1 minute each to talk about sidekicks. And we're going to start off with Han and Chewie. Why is Han and Chewie better? And I'm going to do the stop clock because I'm going to be very brutal about this. Now.
They're kind of the ultimate romance, the team. It's Han and Chewie. I mean, when you think about one of them, you think about the other. And they have this amazing bond. Chewie's... Other people can't understand his language. Other people are terrified of him, and he's just kind of out of control. But Han just gets him, and there's that mutual respect and trust there between those from the very start. They're always together, and they're always looking out for each other. There was a part in the episode 7, Chewie gets shot, and you can just see Han like freaking out, keeping him safe. And Chewie does the same. He'll go on a rampage for Han. The time when he got put in carbonite, you can just see Chewie's poor little heart breaking. And yeah, they're always working to help each other and keep each other safe and protect each other. And there is that mutual respect and trust. And yeah, they work incredibly well as a team together. And they're kind of at the start. Oh, is that it?
Now it is, yes. You started saying your sentence though, and you had 3 seconds, so I'll give you 3 seconds.
I can't even remember what I was going to say now.
Wait, that's time.
Yeah.
Kirk with Spock. Your minute starts now.
Okay, so Spock, he can nerve pinch, which is a practically universal to any humanoid being. Also, Solo is nothing without Chewie and his blaster. And when he was leaving the Rebels, only Leia seemed to care. I'm just putting that out there. There was actually one episode where Spock defended Kirk. Kirk was under speculation for mishandling in the Enterprise, and Spock, only being half human, he only has feelings so much. So he really speaks from intelligence. And the way he was explaining why Kirk made the right decision, he was speaking on facts.
Time. All right, so you did 2 counterpoint arguments as well, which could actually take away some points from Han/Chewie. Best sidekick. Let's talk about Chewie for a second there. I mean, you do a good, could say a word, Maude. Do a good counter argument. All right, you said that Han and Chewie were the ultimate bromance and team together, which then Justine totally took away from you by saying because they're only ever together, it means that they can't have one without the other. And that sounds like codependency, so no point. I will give you a point, though, for amazing bond. The bond that they have together. You said no one can even understand Chewie, and he's terrifying, and yet Han comes in and they're on the same page. So for me, I'll give you a point for the fact that Han can understand every word that he's saying. There's like a bond in that capacity. I'll give you another point for the fact that everyone's terrified of him, and that Chewie, in essence, is a weapon that works for Han. So another point there. They have a lot of trust together. But yeah, they are always together. And you were kind of saying it as a good point, but it got negated, so it's cancelled out. Chewie got shot, and Han looked after Chewie. Han was obviously disturbed that his mate took a blaster and looked after him, and then vice versa, raged out. Chewie fucking lost it when Han was stabbed through the stomach by his own son. Spoiler. But that actually got me. How Chewie reacted to that got me more emotional than Han dying. So that's a point.
Yeah.
You also said how Chewie reacted when Han was getting dipped into the carbonite. Again, it was that showing of that's my best friend. I'm losing my friend. This is not okay. Point. That brings your total to 5. Alrighty, Spock can do a nerve pinch. Yeah, point. You said that no one but Leia cared when Han was leaving for the Rebels. Because that's a pretty good argument with sidekicks. You're saying that there was a point where Chewie didn't care. The total goes down to 4. Damn. You said that Spock defended Kirk, that he can only speak with logic, and that he's not able to say anything from an emotional place, but he used the truth to get him out of a sticky situation. So I'm going to give you a point from that he can speak with intelligence and that he's very, very logical, and then another one because he used it to defend his friend. You said that Han has nothing without Chewie, and she lost the point for that one. So you only have 3, but you took a point away from Han, the argument, with 4, but Han still took this one out by 1. So the score is Han to 3, Kirk 2. And we have one last round, and that is, let's go through Twitter.
I have, can I read a comment from YouTube that I thought was really funny?
Yes, I'm going to do YouTube as well, actually.
Okay.
What is it?
Okay, so this is from Jessica Green. There can only be one winner, and that has to be Captain Kirk. Unlike so many other Star Trek captains, he was a hands-on badass who constantly threw himself in the line of danger to save his crew. Not only that, but compared to Han Solo, he was also a better dad. Last time I checked, Kirk's son didn't stab him through the chest with a lightsaber. And let's not also forget how much of a babe Kirk is. My point before. Whether it's Shatner or in his heyday or Chris Pine, they are both mega hotties who've had women and aliens swooning over both of them for decades. So, and Han Solo, on the other hand, is a bit rubbish between the sheets. He doesn't last that long because, as we all know, Han always shoots first.
Jessica, you have scored 2 points. And you have cost Han 1 point.
Yes, thanks, Jessica.
Another Jessica. Jessica Watson said agreed. Captain Mal may have them all beat, though. Ooh, yeah, good point. Ryan Faroka said, literally not relevant at all for this segment. What was that, though? Han Solo has a giant-ass Wookiee power with an OP crossbow. Sorry if this is irrelevant, but I just got here. Giant-ass Wookiee power with an OP crossbow. Good point. It's back in. Cheating when fighting for your life may be necessary. Is okay and may be necessary, says Fernando Linares. So cheating is absolutely okay. It doesn't make you a worse person. It makes you alive. Han gets a point. Keith Z says the odds of successfully navigating an asteroid field is 3,720 to 1. Cut to a bunch of Imperial bombers successfully navigating the asteroid field. Never tell us the odds.
I'm pretty sure a lot of those TIE fighters did crash in the asteroid, so like some made it fairly far through.
Yeah.
There were lots of explosions going on.
The wrestling answers hi Maude, so I'm going to say hey back. Sean Scott says Han is a better pilot because he actually flies the Millennium Falcon. Sulu is the helmsman for the Enterprise. Kirk is more the strategic thinker, but the Enterprise is run by a crew of 200 plus, where the Falcon's flown by 2 people. So what's your point? Who's winning that one? Where's the point going? Han is the better pilot because he actually flies the Millennium Falcon. That point. Ollie Mawson. Hey Ollie, good to see you again in a second stream today. Kirk may have been the captain of one of the most iconic ships of all time, but he was never a great pilot. Han Solo is an exceptional pilot, however. He could effortlessly navigate through an asteroid field, and he piloted the fastest ship this side of the galaxy. Yes, the Millennium Falcon.
Hey.
He gets a point. He gets a Millennium. Which was handmade hundreds of runs smuggling Tim Tam spies from the twin planet of Alderaan, known as the Old Australian. For Jabba the Hutt and Jabba loves a Tim Tam. Did you know that Millennium Falcon made the Kessel Run in less than 12 pumsecks?
Oh my god. I'm going down on puns alone.
Oh my god. Amazing. 12 pumsecks. Third Will said, at least Han's death was dramatic. Kirk had the lamest cinema death ever. Han gets a point. Kirk might have been... Oh, wait, we've already had that one. Han wins the badass factor, says Keeper Corian. Sure, I'll give you a point. It's kind of true. Johannes Saliba has said, I wish this was not at 5 a.m. in Sweden, but oh well, I'll watch it later. By the way, see you later then. By the way, my vote goes to Solo. His courage shows no limit. He's very spontaneous with his crazy plans, but they are all well thought out. But they are all well thought. Oh, I guess it is. But they are well thought out and they work. So I guess not too crazy. He also plays dirty and he's good at it. He's unpredictable. I think we may have kind of gone over all of those, which you've already all got a point for. But thank you for reiterating. Wesley says ultimately Han has Chewie, but Captain Kirk has a whole crew that he can rely on. Makes a great point. Sean Scott again says he beat up a Gorn in a fist fight where he made gunpowder from nothing. He is the best at thinking on his feet. Kirk gets a point. Sonic Claude 73 says Solo was never really a leader. He's a loner. Kirk is actually a leader of 400 plus in a military vessel. Kirk gets a point. Captain Kirk's hairless ass ain't beating Han Solo, says Connor O'Neill. Connor, I think you're thinking of Picard.
Awkward.
Your geek cards revoked for the next day. Ratchet814, Maude, my favorite source of Nerdhurst, didn't have to read that, but I did. And Han Solo wins the better pilot because he got through an asteroid field and he doesn't need the odds. Tick, tick, we already got that one covered. Matthew King says Han Solo helped bring down the Empire. Which Empire did Kirk destroy? Yes. Ricardo, are you going to see Suicide Squad? Or you did the reviews up on SourceFed Nerd? Carlos Manriquez said, what am I doing here? How did I get here? You clicked a fucking link. It's incredible how that happens. It's so easy. We give you the link. If you see it, you click it. We beamed you up, Scotty. Zombie Slayer 6172 says, I can't find the link to the poll. It's on Twitter. Geekbomb's Twitter account, @Geekbomb. On Twitter, Geekbomb. Check it out because I think we may have actually just closed it. Is it all over? Where's the Twitter poll? We should have pinned it. Oh, final results are in. So you've missed out on that one. All right, that's all the comments. You guys want to start reading out your tweets as well? Let's start with Kirk.
Yes, I have one from Sean Scott at Great Jamaican.
Yep.
Kirk and Spock are the OG bromance. You know how much they care for each other at the end of Khan. And the movie after was dedicated to finding his best friend. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock.
That's a good point. I think all is dedicated just to their friendship. That's pretty good. Yep.
Also from Mr. Pie at Running Wookie. Love Solo, but it's Team Kirk all the way. No one rocks a girdle the way my man James T does in the original series. Far more stories for you to connect with, and across many different franchises of the series.
I'll give you a point for that.
Han, this is from Gotham221B. Han shot first doesn't matter. Kirk isn't standing still. Kirk would also trap Vader in the buffer mid-teleport, meaning Kirk would take precautions and not get caught in Cloud City.
Point!
This is Scott Hook at All Shook Up 44. Solo did like 2 major things to help the rebellion. Kirk saved Starfleet copious times.
You covered that.
At Paul Robertson, Kirk spends episodes debating right and wrong. Han screws around, but always, oh, what? That's not me. I'm debating for Alana. Based on the state of the art, weapons, ships, and knowledge of them, Kirk wins. That's from Chad Heck.
Based on the
art of, like, his state-of-the-art weapons and the ships, and his knowledge of them.
Yep, no, already got that one. Next.
Okay. Also from Alana can go now if I'm done.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ryan Faraki said there's a lot of pros and cons being weighed right now. I'm going to give one right here in the comments. Sonic Lord 73 said, fastest ship doesn't mean durable. In talking about who's the better pilot. So Kirk will win a point there. And Keith Z said, Spock can speak to frickin' whales.
I saw that. I was going to mention that too.
I love that one. But while I've got the comments open for the video, Jared Montag said, Han Solo is the James Dean of Star Wars. I love you, I know. Point. Han wins while Kurt has hundreds of people backing with the exception of a handful of people. Han goes solo. I think we've kind of covered that one. Ure McGurley, hey buddy, says Han is far more self-reliant. Kirk needs his crew. Without a doctor on board, 24/7, alien STDs would have killed him by episode 3 of the show. Valid point. That one goes to Han. Jared Montauk also said, how did Han Solo survive in carbonite? I mean, he must be pretty impressive to do that. So even if it's technology, I don't care. He gets a point. Have you got other tweets there, Alana? Hit me.
I do. I got some good ones. All right. Kevin Ross at Studio Executive says, Han might be the first unspoken example of a Force sensitive while piloting the asteroid field, so there's more to him than meets the eye and that even he knows. Crystal at Poe in Discord says, Kirk vs. Solo really comes down to the better bromance. Han and Chewie clearly win. Eldon Carpenter at Toastinator says, also, the reason that Chewie hangs around with Han is because he saved him from slavery at the hands of the Imperials, which means that Han is a pretty cool guy.
That wasn't mentioned before. There's supposed to be a life debt. Usually there's a life debt with Wookiees. Yep.
Sean Scott at Great Jamaican says Han sacrificed himself for Luke in episode 5. It's another example of Han actually going down for his crew.
Yep.
Bridget Glover just says Han is such an obvious winner. Sean Scott at Great Jamaican again says Han survived for years as a smuggler after his escape from the Imperial military. That resourcefulness again.
Yep.
And then Troy R at Kutchmouse says, I love you, I know.
Got a point for that one. Yep. They're all your ones?
Yes.
Actually, going through the tweets we'd collected during the week, Quinsane at Quinsane Kid said, Han Solo because William Shatner really annoyed me. Also, Kirk was a cliche character, although Chris Pine was okay. Points on that. Team Solo is a master of sticking his neck out, but getting his ass out of the fire when it gets too hot. Braved an icy hellhole of a wasteland to find his friend, and again showed off his epic survival skill. Point to Han. I tell you what, these tweets are coming in, and they're all kind of supportive, aren't they? Kirk isn't actually a good pilot, Sulu with the Emperor. Yep, we got that one. And Keith said, don't ever recall Kirk grabbing the controls of the Enterprise, not even a shuttlecraft, to be honest. Mael Lera, who's at Saint Sage Path, said, Kirk for sure, no one can top his luck. You're right, he's a lucky motherfucker.
I have one,
yep.
if I could. Also from Gotham 221B, the Enterprise could shoot the asteroids, no need to maneuver. Kirk didn't get a rank of Admiral from fucking spiders.
Point. Chill Poon. At Gotham 221.
Yeah.
Well, Team Kirk is better than Solo in every aspect. Better leader, H2H, head-to-head, cunning, able to keep a deep space vessel and 400 crew happy. Kirk is also willing to risk his life to save his crew members, not just his friends. Would Solo take a hit from a rebel random pilot? No. Head-to-head with combat or with or without weapons, Kirk has way more experience than Solo. The only thing that Solo is better at Kirk at is smuggling, ship-to-ship combat. The Enterprise takes it because it's deep military. While the Falcon is a repurposed cargo ship, Kirk doesn't put the crew or ship in unnecessary danger. Ooh, that's a point. Unnecessary danger. It needs to be done to maintain control. That's what a good captain does. Kirk has contingencies like ST walk. What is that? Days equal hour, hours equal minutes. Knowing transmissions will be overheard and then surprised Khan. Holy shit, man. Chilpoon at Gotham221B is the biggest Star Trek fan. I love it.
Yeah, he's been tweeting me a bunch of Kirk stuff all week. It's been awesome.
Wow, if the tank is going to win, even if it's a minivan, it's faster. Wow, Kirk knows how to fly a ship too. It's probably as good as Solo, but he doesn't have to because his position is captain, not even a pilot. He's better in that regard. Obama has a chauffeur and drives to him. Doesn't mean that he's not a bad driver himself. Wow, that's so cool. Holy shit. Alrighty, so 2 points as well for the poll. The winner of the poll at a whopping 85%, I'm afraid. Yeah, was Han Solo. Total results, 15% Captain Kirk, 85% Han. That remained the same throughout the entire battle. That's another 2 points. Woo! We're in. And it actually wasn't that far apart, really. It's 15-20. And the end results are Captain Kirk with 15, Han Solo with 20. My vote, obviously, now that I can say it, now that the winner is clear here, was Han Solo. That one was a tough one, but Justine, you did such a great job.
Thank you.
Fighting for Kirk. Alana, though, you are the winner. You took it out. Did you win last time with Buffy?
I didn't.
No, that was Hermione. Haha.
Yeah.
So this is your first victory.
Yay!
Yeah. I feel like I've been leading up to this moment for a long time. You know, a lot of love for Han all the time.
Who do you want to thank?
Yeah.
Speech.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to thank my parents for showing me Star Wars. I'd like to thank my friends for always, letting me talk about how much I love Han Solo. I'd like to thank J.J. Abrams for making new films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you have it. That was this month's Fight of Fandoms, Han Solo versus Captain Kirk. We had some really, really impressive people weighing in on particular fandoms. I love it when it means something to you and you just want to get it out there. Why you're so passionate about this. If you do have any suggestions on the next fandoms, please let us know in the comments of this video or tweet me at Maude Garrett or at GeekBomb as well, because we'd love to keep doing this. And if you actually want to be a part of the fandom, we could get you in on a special round where the fan does the fight too. And I also want to try and get maybe some celebrity special guests on the show too. So if we have a particular fandom where we think someone could fight really well for it, let me know. That's what we're all about. Tweet at the people if you want them on the show too. Han Solo saved Lando from the Snarlack. Richard. That's the cutest thing ever. It's a Sarlacc. But I love a Sarlacc. And last words from Ryan Faroki. Han's a smuggler. Kirk's a smuggler. Hey. Everyone wins. This is fantastic. I love what Matthew King says. Solo wins. He knows he's great, but he's not too cocky. So, Alana, don't get too cocky, okay? Now that you've won this fight.
I try not to, but this victory has gone to my head.
Thank you so much, guys. Get those suggestions in. Who should we do next? Which fandoms should we cover and pit up against each other for the next Fight of Fandoms? Justine, where can people follow you?
At Justine Cashew on Twitter and Justini on Instagram.
Alana, where can people congratulate you?
On Twitter at Alana_Groffle, and then on Instagram as Groffle the Awful Waffle. A lot of Parks and Rec references in my social media stuff.
The best.
The best.
And you are coming to us from Sydney as well. That's pretty cool.
I am, yeah.
And Justine, you're coming to us from New York or New Jersey?
New York, New Jersey. Nah.
New Jersey. And I'm
A
coming
step in
Los
each.
Angeles as well. Pretty cool. SourceFed Nerd Guys, 5 days a week, or actually 7 days. Tomorrow we've got animated Dungeons and Dragons going up, and on Sunday we should have some bloopers. I've already seen them. I always laugh. Spoiler. But make sure you're subscribing to SourceFed Nerd as well, because we are so close to 1 million, and we've got some pretty cool things planned for the next, what, like 10, 15,000 subscribers until we hit that. And a big shout out to GeekBomb for hitting 30. Woo!
Yay!
Make sure you stop to punderwear.net. We've got 3 new designs that went up just today. Set phases to pun intended, and land. What is it again?
Disneylando.
Disneylando. I'm like Lando Disney. Wow, it's really nice. I need a glass of wine. Guys, you've been great. We're out of here. Bye.